So I'm just trying to think. We connected months ago, a few months ago.
Months ago. It
Yeah.
was a recommendation from a lady called Jodie at Manpower,
Oh, awesome.
and I've been working closely with them. Kind of a weird story of how I got in touch with them. But I'd only been here sort of 2 weeks, and I went to the Red Deer Careers Fair,
Cool.
and I thought, do you know what? Let's just jump straight in.
Right on.
So I printed off a load of resumes, and went to this careers fair. Really good. Spoke with lots of people, and they pulled me to one side and said, "Tony, tell us about you." So I spoke to them, and they said, "We can help you out. You just landed. We've got some programs you can join."
Cool.
So I thought, cool, let's go for it and see where it leads. So I went to their office and spoke to a lady called Julie, and she got me to fill out some paperwork and do some things. And then I think it's her supervisor, Jodie, who said, "Follow this David guy."
Oh,
on
that's
LinkedIn."
nice. That's good.
She follows you.
Cool.
And she said, "He's doing podcasts, he's posting jobs, he's a real community focused guy." She said, "Follow him and just see, keep an eye on the content." And I think one day, I just had a really kind of almost a bad day of, I'd applied for literally hundreds of jobs. And I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to reach out and send the guy a message and see what happens from there.
Cool.
And so here we are.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, so how did you end up in? I don't know whether to ask you how you ended up in Canada or how you ended up in Calgary. Did you come right to Calgary?
No. So
Okay.
I can rewind it all the way back to the start if you like.
Please do. I do.
So in December of 23, the 27th of December 23, I can remember it very vividly, I woke up and it was a couple of days after Christmas, and I'd had a really vivid dream that I was in Australia, and I was paddling on the beach. I'd got up, I'd gone for a walk, and I told my partner about it, and she came down and she said, "Do you know what, I had a really weird dream myself." She said we'd moved to America. So I thought, unbelievable for the two of us to kind of think that way. So we loosely had a talk. We wouldn't and didn't want to move to Australia. I think that terrifies us. There's too many things that can kill you.
Yeah. And all the Aussies, of course.
Although since we've been here, we've been confused for Australian quite a lot.
Really?
Everybody has said, "Oh, are you Australian?"
I'm not getting that. For
I've been
sure.
called Welsh as well.
Okay, I'll buy Welsh, but not Aussie.
So we kind of had that dream, and then we had a very loose conversation just on what it might look like if we did move anywhere. And we had a little look at America, and I felt it might be just a little bit too turbulent. I still think that right now. So we thought, let's have a look at Canada. So we thought, okay, this looks okay. We can certainly go over on a holiday and have a look and see what we think. And we really started to do the homework and dig in and thought, do you know what, this is feasible. And the motivations behind looking at emigration wasn't a kind of a case of anything other than let's just have a new change.
I like that.
Let's just roll the dice. And do you know what? It was a kind of a conversation with my mum and dad at the time where they're full of regrets. They're both 60 and 65, I think, somewhere around there. And they look back and go, I wish we'd have done this. And as a business owner for the last sort of 7 years prior to coming here, I just thought, I've quit the mainstream jobs, I've set my own company up, we've survived. Let's just see what happens. So we came to Canada. We thought British Columbia first. So we flew into Vancouver, spent a week and a half driving around Penticton and Kelowna and
all beautiful areas.
Beautiful, stunning.
Yeah.
And then we booked our second week was in Calgary. So we drove through the Rockies and drove in. And initially I was like, this is nowhere near as beautiful as British Columbia. And I remember sitting there and I thought, what are we doing here? Yeah. So we stayed in Calgary for the week we were on holiday. And we had a good drive around. We did the touristy bits. We did Banff and Lake Louise and all the cool stuff. And then we went home and we thought, okay, it's going to be British Columbia. We feel it. And I started looking further and further into how health and safety would fit into that. And then I started looking at which province could offer the biggest opportunities. And at that point, I landed on Alberta, and I thought, okay, we're going to make a go for this.
Cool.
So what happened next was November of 24, I came back out by myself, and I spent 11 days here. I attended the ACSA conference.
Awesome.
Which was amazing.
Oh, they're the people, I would say.
It was incredible to attend that and kind of mingle and network, because I thought, well, if I'm going to get anywhere, it's going to be, I need to make friends, I need to make connections.
100%.
We need to get the feelers out. So I did, and I think I did probably 5,000 kilometres in 11 days. I drove up and down Alberta looking at where we could or maybe settle. And from that point, I got home and had the conversation with my partner, and I said, I think it's the thing to do. So way back in April, we'd actually lodged the visa applications, and it went through really easily, actually.
Cool.
I was really surprised. The cut-off for the work visa is 35.
Okay.
And I'd applied a few days before my 35th birthday. So I didn't realise at the time, but it's up to when you're 36 you can stop.
Okay.
So we applied and got granted it, and I thought, this is awesome. And then my partner went through the process. She got her visa as well, put the house up for sale, sold the cars, sold the furniture.
And all from a dream.
All from a dream. And
Yeah.
I think, I mean, without sounding too big-headed, I think particularly myself, I'm quite ambitious, and I think I'd hit a ceiling with what I could do and where I could grow. And the UK is a very small place, and it feels it in comparison to Canada. You're kind of hemmed in. So it's awesome. So we arrived in April this year, and on a whim thought, let's just have a go.
It's so funny, a lot of people at some point in their life, they've probably had that, maybe you should do something different, but not a lot of people have the courage, I think, to follow through. So I definitely commend you, because it's not as easy as, just move countries. Like, it's a big decision.
It's a huge decision, and more so we've got an 11-year-old daughter as well.
Yeah.
And bless her, she's adapted so well. We put her straight into school for a month before the summer holiday.
Perfect.
So we thought, let's get you out there, let you make some friends, and then you can play with some over the summer holidays. So she's done that, and we've then made friends with the parents. So it's kind of worked really well. But you're absolutely right, loads of people have the dream, the actual determination and willpower to see it through. Two very different things.
Oh my gosh, I admire even your parents, because if my kids came to me with this, Tony, it would be hard for me. Like, I want them to see the world and spread their wings, because we've traveled as well. But you're talking about moving, and that would be hard for me to hug my kids. So I assume you gave your parents a big hug before you left.
Yeah, I mean the process of it. I mean, we told my parents, my mum and dad were. Very supportive right from the get-go. They were like, just have at it, you go for it, you do it, have fun. If it doesn't work out, do something else, which is kind of my mentality. My partner's parents, on the other hand, were very against it. Her brother fell out with her for a little while over it, and
Wow.
for me, I don't understand the fallout, because you want your child to achieve everything they can achieve and to grow and be the person that they need to be. And I think if you fall out with people and almost kind of keep them in their box, I don't agree with that. I think everyone should encourage everyone to step out of their shell,
For sure.
have a look, and I mean, I'm very much I'll keep pushing everyone I know to achieve the best that they can achieve, and it irritates me when other people aren't like that. But
Well, I mean, it's hard, of course. I know even, when our middle son talked about going to school in BC, and same thing, we want the best for him, we want him around, but yeah, it's hard.
yeah, it's tough. But I think the support from my parents, and we're in an age of WhatsApp video calls and Zoom and Teams calls.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult to arrange. It's only a 7-hour gap time. So.
For sure. And even once you get settled, I mean, your parents coming over or you going home, it's pretty easy. Look for the deals.
Yeah. So aside from that, it's been all right.
Yeah.
Settling in's been interesting.
Had you been to Canada before?
No.
Holy smokes, Tony, that's wild.
I'd never even been on an aeroplane.
You've got to be kidding me.
No. I wasn't fortunate enough to be in a position where my parents could take us when we were younger. My first plane flight was last year.
I cannot believe this. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I admire people when they have a conviction strong enough like you had based on a feeling of to see what's out there. Because, again, I'm convinced as you get older, we become more risk averse and people just lose the courage and the heart to maybe live their fullest life. And, again, we only live once, Tony, so I admire what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't always of the mindset I am now. It was a kind of change around age 30, I guess, where I'd had enough of kind of working for people at the time. And I was back then I was a flexographic label printer.
Okay.
So I used to print whiskey bottle labels and sandwich packet labels, and I just stood there one day and I thought, do I really want to be doing this till I'm getting on to retirement age? So at the end of that, I actually set up a logistics company in 2018, and it did well. We did all right. It supported the family for 7 odd years. 5.5 before I stepped out of it to pursue health and safety full time. But it was that kind of moment I thought, I'm just going to have a go. Like, realistically, what is the worst case scenario? What is the worst that can happen? No one can kill you. No one can, they can take your house, they can take your cars, but the materialistic possessions, you can always gain them back. And there's been enough stories of entrepreneurs who have had everything, lost everything, gained it again. I just think people are too conditioned to accept 9 to 5 and don't look anywhere else. And for me, it's kind of, all right, well, I've peeked out the box with self-employment. I liked it, the freedom and flexibility it offered were fantastic. But it was a learning curve. It taught so much of everything. And it's given me everything I've got now. It gave me the drive and determination to provide for the family, the drive and determination to make sure we had food on the table. The business didn't fail. We wanted to make sure that we had one go and we did it right. And ultimately COVID got the better of it in the long run. But do you know what? We gave it a really good go. Most businesses go pop within the first 2 years, I think, or 3. So for us to do that was just incredible. And then once you look outside of that, you can think, what else is possible? Yeah.
Like, how much did the support of your parents for this move, how much did that influence whether you did it or not, or were you always going to do it?
I'm headstrong. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it kind of, not regardless. I'll take everyone's opinions and feedback on board, but ultimately it's such a decision that doesn't impact the wider family as much as it impacts kind of myself, partner and child. And we've got to do what we think's best for us. So, the hardest person I thought to win round would have been my partner, but she's been straight into it.
Cool.
And I think it was all stemming back from that dream where we both woke up and thought, let's go.
I know you alluded to some of the political, I don't know what the word is, just uncertainties and challenges that the U.S. is going through. And I don't know if you know it, but even the stuff you're probably seeing at home, Canada in its own respect is going through the same issues. Do you see some of the political challenges and divisiveness as well?
I think there is a kind of wider agenda circling, particularly the Western countries. And I think if you look at what really began 5 years ago with COVID, with the pushes towards digital identities and that kind of thing, for sure Canada's got its own difficulties just as much as the UK or Australia. For me, the UK didn't feel safe anymore. And I know Canada and Calgary and the cities and they've got their problems with drugs or violence. But in the UK, it got to a point where I didn't feel safe walking down High Street, and I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot and I'm built. But for me to not feel safe walking down my own High Street, let alone my daughter going out to play with friends. Every other day there was a murder in London, and it just got to a point where I thought, do you know what, I think this it's just not worth the risk. And obviously we come to Canada, and we had the pleasure of Mark Carney for many years as the governor of the Bank of England. I'm surprised more Canadians didn't see that over the period. But you know, the direction that they want to vote for in their country is it's down to you guys. I can't vote. I don't have a say in it. I can have an opinion, but it's not for me to comment on.
No, fair enough. Again, there's been a lot of people who've been very vocal about politics here in Canada and the U.S., and the reality is, you know, we all see the world through different lenses. And if you look at the U.S. and you look at Canada, without getting too deep into politics, it's divided, not quite down the middle, but pretty close. You know, and it's a symptom of a larger issue in society where we are become more polarized, and it's very disheartening, Tony, to see that.
It's sad for me to watch, and we watched the election live when it happened, and we'd only been here a couple of weeks, and we thought there's no way Mark Carney can make it into power for.
And he came on the heels of 10 years of a very, very challenging leadership, which Alberta and the West didn't agree with.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so to see it go that way, I think we were all mixed emotions. Certainly frustration's one, but even confusion was the other one. We were just surprised.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was, we'd had Keir Starmer voted in. Him and Mark Carney are two very similar people. They have very similar ideologies. I don't resonate with their ideologies and their actions. You can never tax a country to prosperity, in my opinion anyway. I'm proud that we've chosen Alberta as the province we want to settle in, and a lot of the people we've spoken with share our views, and I'm happy with that. I think.
Like, I'm not from here either, Tony. I'm from Ontario. And I've talked to lots of different people, and I always tell them Alberta's my home. I may not born here, but I tell people I'm from here and this is my home, because the people, I don't even know how to describe it. They think the same way I do, and I like the entrepreneurial spirit. I like the energy industry. I like the push towards minimal government. I love all of it. You know, I'm not anti-government by any stretch of the imagination, but the people in Alberta, like you said, resonates. That's me for sure.
I mean, I feel like we're home. And for us to feel like that 3.5 months after we landed is incredible. And I share your sentiment. I think government overreach is something that should be governed by the people. You know, the politicians, they work for us. We're the taxpayers. That, you know, in the UK, I think that's got away from them. I think they think they know best, and you know, I saw it from the inside. I was elected as a councillor for my local town, and I'm very community driven. I'm very people driven. I want the best for the people that I serve, and I recognised when I was elected that I serve those people. Unfortunately, that's a very different mentality to a lot of the other councillors, and I was removed from committees because I wouldn't vote in the same direction as them, and I would vote against things I didn't agree with. They had to put me back on the committees when they weren't quorate for voting things through, so I did have a chuckle to myself, but yeah, it's been interesting. But looking at it from the inside as well as watching it on the outside, we know what goes on.
Well, I've had some people describe to me before, politics is like, it's one of those professions, you know, it's a noble profession as you enter into it, but over time you realize what a machine it is, and you just get to meat grinder. You get forced into one camp, whether it's left or right or whatever you want to call it, just to keep pushing the whatever agenda you're following forward. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you're here in Calgary. When are your parents coming over for a visit?
So they are coming over, hopefully July next year. They were going to go for a push and come this year.
Okay.
But we kind of pushed back and said, look, we need a bit more time.
You get settled, yeah.
You know, we're in the position at the moment where I'm spending my time looking for work, and I'm determined again. The work ethic and everything I've shown to manpower. So I've applied for north of 160 jobs. I've attended multiple interviews. It feels like I interview for sport. The communication back isn't always brilliant. I would say 90% of people don't even get back to you. And if they do, another 5 to 10% of that are generic emotionless emails. But I've got a spreadsheet on the go detailing companies I'm interested in.
Cool.
People who I found on LinkedIn who I think are decision makers or people I want to talk to. Whether I've applied, whether I haven't, feedback. I mean, the whole spreadsheet is incredible. And I'm relentless with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely determined. I've done hand deliveries of resumes.
Cool.
I've done phone screens, I've done phone calls, I've literally anything and everything.
Like you've I know you know this, but you came in such an interesting time in the energy industry here in Canada, because there's so many large scale projects all came finished at the same time, and then with some uncertainty with the politics in the U.S. related to tariffs and national energy tariffs, Canada same thing, changing policies. There's a lot of projects, big ones. I'm not saying they were paused, but there's a lot of people waiting to see what kind is happening. And now, even when I look at everything that's coming out for bidding and pricing, it seems like there's some energy in the industry again. So I'd say even by next year, I'm very, very optimistic based on what I see of actual people pricing work for new projects. So you just came at such a funny lull.
Yeah.
So when you talk about applying for 100 or more jobs, unfortunately, that isn't uncommon.
Yeah.
And it's a tough time.
Yeah. All we have to do is keep showing up, and
for sure,
you know, eventually the right door will open, and we'll move forward with it. It's, you know, we're lucky in a way, really. You know, we sold our houses and we did okay. We made good money on them, so we've needed that. Unfortunately, I mean, people have come over with a lot less than we've brought, and they've made it work. So we've got this.
But even a year from now, when it's flying and chaotic and safety, and you're really moving in the industry you want to be in, and you're going to look back on this and just smile as a part of the journey.
It's just an experience building, isn't it? It's, you know, it will make us stronger, and you know, I'll be able to help other people that want to emigrate to Canada from the UK if that's their desire, and tell them what's worked for me and what hasn't. You know, might be able to smooth the process. And I know a lot of Canadians, they're very against immigration at the moment, and I understand that. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to leave the UK. However, we've been treated the same by some Canadians. They've despised us, which is, you know, my kind of sentiment is we're cut from the same cloth.
For sure.
I have exactly the same thoughts and ideas and you know, drive. I'm not here to take from Canada. I'm here to give back to it.
Cool.
You know, it's going to give me hopefully the lifestyle we want, and I'm going to contribute to the taxes, and I'm going to pay our way. We're going to get involved with our community as soon as we can, and it's, you know, we want to give as much as we get.
But even like immigration, it's unfortunately even that's become like a political conversation where it's not as simple as moving to a new country, again, getting your PR citizenship and paying your taxes and working and contributing and starting businesses. Even that's become a political conversation, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's. I think I was naive when we were looking into it, and when, you know, even up to when we got here, I thought and assumed it would be easier to get on, and that hasn't been the case. I think if you are from certain backgrounds and certain areas, I think you've got green lights and you're all the way, you're good, and you know, you get much more support, I would say, than what we would have received. I mean, even in regards to coming here and purchasing vehicles. So a lot of people have said, "Yep, we've got welcome to Canada deals. We've got going to I don't know, Chevrolet, for example.
Yeah.
Got a $1,000 incentive for newcomers to Canada." So we went to these dealerships and said, "Okay, we're new to Canada. What can we do?" Nothing.
What?
Get a job offer and then come back.
Oh, that's how it works, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I just thought,
I wonder if there's the uncertainty with different companies of whether you're sticking around or not. Because that has to be in some people's mind about investing in a person and training and then they won't stay.
absolutely, and maybe I'm viewed as more of a flight risk because I've had the determination to pick up and leave and move country. But do you know what? I'm loyal and I'm committed, and when I'm given an opportunity, I've done my hopping. When I was younger, I'm here to build for myself, my family, and the company that I work for. It's I'm not using one thing as a stepping stone to another thing, I'm very much. I feel like I'm a river in some regards, and I ebb and I flow and I follow the stream. And life will take me where it wants me to go, and people I meet will factor into that. Doors will open, other doors will close. I'm very much of a let's see where it goes. I'll put the work in, I'll put the effort in, and what will be will be. We've done the big thing of moving and coming here.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah.
Everything else is just it's in its own. It will work out or it won't.
I know you've gone through some challenges to get to this point. What are some of the positives and encouragements you've experienced so far?
The people for sure. Everyone we've spoke to, bar a couple, have been super supportive.
Cool.
Really helpful, engaging. The time of day people are giving us. I mean, I mentioned earlier about my daughter's friends. We actually went to the parents' house. We were telling them, we were like, yeah, we need to go and buy a grill because everyone grills here, don't they?
Yeah.
And they were like, we've got a spare one, do you want it?
Cool. Oh, that's amazing. I
was
love
like,
that.
Are you kidding me? So we got this portable camping stove thing.
Oh, I love that.
And do you know what? We've been grilling on it since we got it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And they've invited us out fishing. They've invited us out to do multiple different things. I actually had the pleasure of going to the Ponoka Stampede.
Very cool.
Which was awesome.
Very cool.
Our viewpoint of coming to Canada was, I want Canadians to teach us how to be Canadian.
Oh, they're real cowboys out there.
Give us the experience and teach us. I mean, we're not the type of immigrants that want to come to Canada and make it England. I almost want to kind of forget the British side and just give me the Canadian. Everything. Give me the Canadian. So I was sat next to this guy, and we got talking as we were, swapped numbers, and we've become really good friends. So we've been out. He's taken us out shooting with his guns and bits and pieces, and got to know his daughter and his partner, and they're actually helping us move in a week's time. So
that's fantastic, Tony. I love that.
Everyone we've spoken to has been fantastic. It's it's some of the businesses that have been challenging, the different ways of how you guys do business here. So for us, furniture shopping, we go in, be left alone, and just pick what we want. Here we're kind of chaperoned around the shop, and it's like, okay, back off, and you just think it just turns you off.
Yeah.
You just think, I don't know, it just reeks of desperation when they follow you around the store. But we found our places now. We found our stores where we can shop how we want. We've found the technology. We've found bits and pieces. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's the people element, and that's what we moved for. We wanted to feel safer. We do. We feel much safer here, and there'll be people who comment and go, "Oh, Canada's X, Y, and Z, and there's tent cities, and there's drugs everywhere. You can't escape it." And
for sure.
If you want to find it, you'll find it. If you don't, you won't. I've never even smoked a joint, ever.
Well, that's good for working in the oil and gas industry.
And I know that if I wanted it, I could find it in a heartbeat. There's stores that sell it.
Yeah.
It's just a determination, isn't it? I've no desire for it, really.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's everywhere. I've heard enough stories about campsites and
we went to...
bits.
I was working in northern BC in a town near Prince George last summer and fall, and my son was working in the Lower Mainland, and my wife, Sweet Marie, and our daughter in Calgary. So we all met in Coquitlam just to have Thanksgiving as a family. And so one day we went into Vancouver, went into Gastown, and drove around. And yeah, it's pretty rough and tumble down there in Vancouver area. Again, tent cities. But even up in northern BC, it broke my heart because there's so many drug issues up in Prince George area. And if I look around, when I drive around, there are a lot of young people too. Yeah. And again, as a guy who has young kids, it was disappointing to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's boredom potentially. People haven't got
in small towns for sure,
which is surprising to me because there's more things to do for kids nowadays than even there was 20 years ago for me.
For sure.
I mean, for me, iPads and stuff didn't really exist back in 2002, 2003. I had a BMX and I went out in the morning and I came home when it went dark. But it was safe. Is it? I wouldn't envisage my daughter doing that now. They're very much phones and screens and that's it. But I think boredom factors into it.
For sure.
And I also think it's the availability of it as well. I think production and selling of drugs has become much more prevalent. But then maybe I'm more switched onto it now and I can see it as where when I was younger I couldn't.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
So you said your wife's settling in okay. Has she had any challenges, or is she feeling okay about the move? Because you've been here a while now.
I think she's overall we're really happy. It's,
okay.
I think the only challenges we've had really are is finding somewhere to rent. I mean, of course, we can't buy a house yet. Thankfully, we can buy a house on the visa we're on.
Yeah.
Once I've had a job and passed the probation, then we can put some deposit money down and buy a house. But the rental options are very limited for us because of lack of employment, despite having a good sum of money behind us. The other thing was we brought some pets with us, so our cats.
Cool.
Bless them, part of the family. But everybody here doesn't seem to like cats or doesn't want them. But massive dogs are okay.
Yeah.
And so it's been challenging. It's more, I would say, the bureaucracy side of things. It's the fact that we've had to purchase 2 vehicles outright in cash.
That's the rule, just because you're not from here?
Yeah, basically everyone who said to us, you can get the Welcome to Canada finance, or you can lease a car with it. And I just look at it and I think these are not great options. Yeah. And I find myself wondering, people must be earning lots of money here, or they finance themselves up quite highly to roll around in these F350 trucks and the big ones. And
they're over $100,000.
And I just look at them and I think, we looked at a lease deal for a very basic F-150, $700 a month.
I know, it's insane.
And I sat there and I thought, that's a basic one. That's entry level. And you just think, wow.
I don't know how people do it, because I see these trucks and just a normal, nice pickup nowadays, even a work truck, they're like $80,000.
Yep. And
I'm like, well, how does that even work? Like, because you still have your house payment, you still got to eat every month, and your cell phone and your insurance and
absolutely. The bills just keep adding up. I mean, we were fortunate. We bought 2 cars, so one to commute and one for the family. So I'm fortunate in that regard. We had the money to do it. And like heck will I finance a vehicle here? No way. I will run the 2 vehicles we've got until they die.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I like the fact that we've come here, and that seems to be the mentality of a lot of people. In the UK, it's very much, I need the newest car. Every 3 years, it's need the new one, PCP and repeat. And it's like you just get used to sacrificing £500-600 a month of your salary. And I just think, but over here, you see people with rusted out doors and windows missing, and people still use the cars. And I like the fact that there isn't the game of keep up with the Jones. Like, everyone's just doing the thing. And
I think so.
No one pays much attention to anyone else. And
that's how I describe Alberta. Everyone just does their own thing.
Just do your thing and be cool.
Yeah.
And I like that. And that sits well with me and my mentality. So I love it.
Yeah. I like that you got your daughter into school. I know it was only a month or whatever, but just to get her grounded a little bit into a structure schedule, and hopefully she met some friends.
Yeah, she absolutely loves it, and
Yeah.
there's huge differences UK to Canadian schooling, and she has dropped in so well here.
Okay.
I couldn't have asked for better.
Cool.
I mean, we've taken her to the park at her school to play with some of her school friends during term time, or sorry, out of term, and they're open.
Yeah.
There's no fencing anywhere in the UK. Schools surrounded by 8-foot fence. They've got uniforms. They can't have bags. They're not allowed pencil cases. They're not allowed drinks. Toilet breaks they have to ask for. In Canada, she can just do what she wants. She gets up, she goes to the toilet, she has a drink if she wants to. It's just a much better place. And
I like that.
they put the children first. That's what I really like, and paying a bit more attention to what Danielle Smith has just done with the banning of certain books in school libraries.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant. Because
No,
they're in the UK as well.
Yeah. But Danielle Smith, again, we feel so strongly about her out here in West. And they do try to vilify her out and demonize this, someone who we feel is a great person and trying to support Albertans and support families. And they try to demonize her out east every chance they get. We don't understand. Because she does care about the people.
Yeah. I mean, she, from what little I've seen, she's doing it for the right reasons. She's hosting these town hall meetings where she's talking to regular Joes like you and me, and that's what politicians should be doing.
For sure.
And I think it's fantastic, and the reason she's getting so much, I guess, potentially aggression and dismissal from the East is because it goes against everything that they want to do. I mean, for me, I was always taught not to bite the hand that feeds you, and I think from the little I know, Alberta's been bitten.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we could talk lots about that another day, for sure. But again, I'm not even from here, and once you start to dig into the details, there actually is something to it, and it's an unfair playing field. And that's what people are struggling with, and they put up with the status quo for so many years and decades, and it's coming to a point where life is so expensive, Tony. We just can't. You can only give so much, and that's what people are getting frustrated with.
Yeah, and I fully agree. And when you look at the ridings and the seats available,
oh, it's totally offset, and
heavily,
we never have a chance to get our voice heard.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it's heavily weighed in favour of the East, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, don't know the reasons behind that. Canada knows, but I just get a glimpse every now and again.
Right on. Well, I certainly don't want to keep you. Is there anything you want to share before I part ways? Because I'm going to have you back here hopefully in a few months, and I'd like to see how you're settling in a few months' time.
Yeah,
if
no, that's
okay.
Cool. We can absolutely do that. I think it's just perseverance, isn't it? It's pushing on. It's trying to figure it all out and see how my qualifications line up with Canadian qualifications and designations. I did actually, because there's the board of Canadian registered safety professionals over here, I got in touch and I was like, can I come to one of your networking meetings?
Perfect, brilliant.
So I just jumped straight in and went over there. So I applied for that. They've given me access to the exam in August. So yeah, we're progressing well.
That's good. I'm glad to hear you say it. Well, like I said, if you would give me some time in a few months, I would really appreciate it, because I want to hear how you're settling in, because your journey and challenges and everything you're going through, Tony, they're not unique to you. I think a lot of people are going through it right now, and I'd like to always hear someone who has such a good attitude like yourself try to get through it.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Whenever you fancy it.
I will do. Till next time.
Yep, thank you.